Great day, great day, great day. This is Brother Hatim coming at you live and direct. I am sitting in my makeshift studio, creating the real studio from which I will be able to do my shows and continue doing what I'm doing. It's clear, it's sitting right here, and I'm gonna make it happen. Make it happen. Yo, I did my run today. Time is once again fluctuating. It's getting a little bit better. So I'm happy. It could be worse. It could be worse. So I'm out running, thinking about how to bring the next series of numbers, because at least in this week I can say that we're going to cover at least 3 of the numbers. We started with 0 and we did 1 and 2. Now we're gonna move to 3 and 5, which is a whole nother phase. All right, so first off, I want to thank those that have been listening regularly. I truly appreciate it. My hits are going up, like I said, exponentially, and it's getting ridiculous in a good way. You know, I'm very happy to do what I'm doing every morning, and it's making me a better person. I still have my struggles, just like many of you still have yours, but it's a good struggle. You know what I'm saying? It's worth it. So get on up and let's go on and face the day, because greatness is waiting on us, man. Listen, it's right around the corner. Remember, 2014 and beyond. We are in the dog days of summer. We have entered July, and I'm sleeping with covers. I don't know what's going on. I'm not dissatisfied and I'm not overjoyful. But either way, it's good to be alive. It's good to be able to share what I have to share with you. It's good to see my children. It's good to see my wife. It's good to be chilling with my friends, because it was a spectacular weekend, long and spectacular, and I did get as much done as I wanted, but I got some stuff done. I've been doing some thinking, and let's get into what we need to talk about today. Now, we went through 0, and we know that all things start with 0. We went through 1 and talked about the interdependence, but now I need to make sure you understand that a lot of this work, well, let's say 85% of this work takes place internally. 15% takes place externally. Once again, 85% of the work takes place internally, because before we can recognize interdependence outside of us, we need to recognize the interdependence inside of us. That's nothing but a simple biology lesson. You understand what I'm saying? You see how your body works. That's how any organization that you are in, that's how any family you are in should work, because every part of your body knows what its job is in maintaining a whole. Hell, for all we know, it don't even know that the other parts of the body exist. It just does what it do. The liver is not worried about being the heart. The heart is not worried about being the kidneys. The kidneys is not worried about being the intestines. The intestines is not worried about being the brain. The brain is not worried about being the foot. The foot is not worried about being the hands. The hands are not worried about being the head. But they all work together, and they all get in where they fit in. 2, cooperation. First, you have to be able to cooperate internally within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Cooperate with yourself. Cooperate with your dreams. What does it take for you to get your dreams before you can actually start practicing cooperation outside yourself? Those people that have problems cooperating with people usually are conflicted within. So now let's move to number 3. Number 3 is the number of communication, at least in our system. And being able to communicate your ideas. Being able to communicate those internal ideas. Because within us, we have a mechanism that is constantly communicating with us. Now, this is a very key point, and I want all of you on the journey to recognize this. Start monitoring your self-talk, your self-communication. What things are you saying to yourself on a regular basis? I used to have a habit of saying that everything would be worse for me. You know, I would take my car to the mechanic and it will always seem that something extra was wrong with the car. You know what I'm saying? So I automatically would start programming my reality to accept the fact that it's always going to be extra in a negative way. Now I'm reprogram myself to where now it's going to be extra in a positive or a balanced way. We need to monitor that internal communication. What stories are you telling yourself? And I go back to that. We communicate using stories. What stories are you telling about your life to yourself? You know what I'm saying? And then after you master that internally, that communication internally, it'll be easier for you to express your ideas externally. When you are comfortable with what's going on internally, when it comes time for you to communicate your ideas to your group, to your company, it will come out naturally. It will come out fluent, and you won't even be concerned about the people around you and the language that you are necessarily using, because you have already communicated this several times within yourself. You done heard the message. You understand what I'm saying? Even if you have not put it all together, you know you have a good idea what's coming, and you know you done trained yourself because of the way you talk internally. You have a good idea how it's going to be expressed externally coming out your mouth. So today, I want you to take the time to study. Give yourself permission to study your internal and external communication. What ideas are you putting out there? What stories are you putting out there? Are they stories of growth? Or are they stories of a sorrowful, pitiful, tedious journey? You understand what I'm saying? Because one of the things we got to take responsibility for is the ideas that we communicate, because as I tell you, you never know what you have to say will affect somebody else. A child could be listening to you, and the idea that you put on that child will stick with that child for years. Same thing with some adults. Some of the stuff that we say to each other sticks. You know what I'm saying? And it plays in other people's head. Are you saying things that are worthy of entering this world? Are you saying nurturing things? Are you saying things? Are you speaking life, or are you speaking death to yourself and to others? So always keep this in mind as you're working through these numbers. Now, this is Brother Tim. I'm saying thank you for your time. Make sure you check me out at www.geometryjourney.com. Download the app. I gotta look at it. I don't know what's going on. I heard people can't get to my show through the app, but I will work that out. So thank you for the support. And I think by the end of the summer I might have 2 more books coming out. So hey, it's on and popping in 2014 and beyond, y'all. With that, Brother Tim says peace. You have a great, glorious, magnificent, and beautiful day.